We good?
All good? We on?
Anyway, can check?
Can I check real quick?
We're on, huh?
We live? All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites of the Lions Den camp. We come out every week, as we should, to prophesy the downfall of the wicked kingdom, and also to usher in the return of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, all right, and the redemption of his elect, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 144,000 and the small multitude. All right, but before we do so, we want to give praises to the Most High and his Son in the ancient Hebrew, also known as Paleo, which means ancient, or the Lashawan Kodash, which means holy tongue. All right? We say Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to our elders, the apostles, the sincere ones of GMS and their elders. And shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, your children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth, and also looking for salvation. All right, so the lesson we're going to continue in is what was that? Revelations 20. Revelations 20, dealing with the topic of the lake of fire. All right, we're gonna probably go into it, bring out more precepts, and see where the Spirit takes us. All right, because you got this whole Chinese drone situation that's going on in America, where they got this. They call it a weather balloon, but it's really a drone that they can use to spy on America. It's being moved around to all America's nuclear sites. They came in from Canada, they said, from the north, as the scriptures say, right? And they also could be using this to prepare for what's called an EMP, which will put the lights out in America, all right, for months, all right, and cause mass death. As you heard Klaus Schwab recently say, get prepared for a cyber attack, all right, or all hell breaking loose with the electronics going out, the grid going down. So let's go into it, because all of that's going to accumulate and lead up to World War III. And the end of World War III is going to climax with the destruction of America, thus leaving America nothing but a wasteland or a lake of fire. All right? So let's get into it. Let's start off with, I don't want to veer off track, so let's go straight to it. Let's go straight to it. I got some other precepts lined up, but it'll take us way off track.
This is the book of Revelations, Revelations 20:1.
Right.
And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
We're gonna start from verse 11.
Verse 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away.
Right there. With the war that's coming, and the one that's sitting on the throne, his name is Yahweh. All right? And he looks like a so-called black man. That's the God that created you and me. All right? And all that you can see. So, but he said the earth fled away.
Earth and the heaven.
So the earth and the heaven is going to flee away from the Lord. What does that mean? Somebody get that? They go into their bunkers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they're going to hide the clefts in the rocks. Yep. And there's another one in Revelation. Yeah. All right. So so they hide in the earth and the hell beneath. That's so you be searched out. Let's get these real quick. You cheating back there, man? Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it was rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Right, so that's what's going to happen, and it's going to cause America to become a lake of fire, man. That's called what? A mushroom cloud. All right? So when the missiles hit, it's going to cause a nuclear fallout, mushroom cloud, and cause the earth to move out of its place and cause the lands to be moved out of their place in the islands. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, And the mighty men and every bondman and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
Right, that's why you got that's why you got them creating bunkers. They started to create bunkers even in their backyards. A lot of these rich people here in America. All right, but the Lord said what? Somebody get that in Job, the bow of steel. You see that? So they're gonna hide themselves in the clefts of the rocks and in the mountains, and even try to go as far as to hide into space. All right, somebody got the other precept? It said, do they climb into heaven? Yeah, you got it? Do they climb up to heaven? What you got? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 21. I'm going to start at 20. In the day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats.
Right, so everything that they've made today, all these idols, they're gonna cast that aside. In the midst of judgment day. They're gonna see that it's not saving their ass. All right, there's no hope, there's no salvation in these idols, like this in these religions as well, like Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. You know, they're gonna cast all those idols aside. Santeria. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah 2 and 21. To go into the clefts of the rocks and unto tops of the ragged rocks for fear of the Lord. Yahweh Shemel Ashai.
Yeah, so they're gonna be running to the tops of the mountains, high into the mountains, and they're gonna be running to the ground, trying to hide from the judgment that the Lord is bringing. All right, and they're gonna see the chariots, and they're gonna know that it's a judgment from the Lord. All right, go ahead, brother.
For the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Ashai, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake the terrible, to shake terribly the earth.
Whoa, so he's gonna rise up to shake terribly the earth. Look at Amos 9 and 2.
You gotta quicken it,
Yep, Amos 9 and 2. Go ahead, brother.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high.
Right, I'm glad you brought this up, because that goes into Esau. All right, Esau started off in what? Petra. All right, in the cliffs of the rock. So that's in their spirit to want to seek safety in the caves. That's in their spirit to want to go back to the clefts of those rocks, man. All right, it's safety amongst the concrete, hiding in their buildings, hiding in their courthouses, hiding in their secret societies, hiding in their tombs and underground bunkers. But that can't save them, man. Go ahead, brother. Oh, that was it.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right, that's what they're saying in their heart. Who's going to bring them down? Well, the Lord is going to bring them down. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to bring them down. We're going to bring them down with the preaching and marching, just like we did through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua when we marched around Jericho. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This is Amos 9 and 2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
There you go. So that's talking about the elites. All right, but then you got one that's talking about them over here in America. So the elites that build their bunkers over there in Europe, they're gonna get hunted down by the Lord's men. The Lord said he's gonna send for many hunters. All right, and they're gonna be taken out of those bunkers and they're gonna be taken straight into the pit, straight into captivity. All right, that's those elite bankers. But let's get Job 20 and 24.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 24.
Right, so they're gonna try to run. You see that? The heaven and earth gonna flee away. All right, all their rulers, they're gonna try to disappear and hide. But over here in America, they go into the bunker. That's gonna be their ovens. Malachi 4 and 1. Go ahead, brother.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 24. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon.
Whoa, they're gonna flee from it. They're gonna flee from the iron weapon. Where they gonna flee to? Them bunkers. Go ahead.
It says, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
There you go. So they're gonna try to hide in them bunkers, and the bow of steel gonna dig all the way down to the ground, to the earth, and burn them up in there, man, and cook them. And their ceiling gonna become a lava pit. They ain't gonna be able to make it out of that, man. America's gonna be a lake of fire, a deep pit of nuclear waste, burning sulfur. All right, go ahead.
Verse 25, it says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body.
Right, so it comes out of the missile silos, whether out of the ground or out of a submarine.
It says, yea, the glistering sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him.
There you go, man. All right, and that's just it. Somebody get Malachi 4:1.
This is Malachi 1 and 4.
4:1.
4:1, Salaki. 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all the do wickedly shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
And that's a prophecy that's going, dealing with the lake of fire here in America. Those elites over there, like the brother brought out earlier, they're going to be hiding in bunkers, but they're going to be sought out and brought out of those bunkers and put into slavery. But the ones that hide in the bunkers in America, they're going to be melted in that lake of fire. All right? Because the Lord going to burn it like an oven. You see that? So they're here, they're going to be cooking. And them and their children. All right? All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall Yahweh do unto thee, and we shall deliver thee, shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
Right.
They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood,
Right.
for very hungry of bread and thirsty of water.
Right, so everything they doing to us, the Lord going to do it to them. And they're going to die by the sword in the field, meaning their military is going to be, they said their husband's going to die in war. All right, so they're going to die out there when they send them out to the war to fight against these nations. All right, and also the Lord said when they go to hide in the mountains, they're going to eat each other. So they're going out there, they're going to go out there to eat each other, man. Cannibalism coming back. That's how bad it's going to be. All right, go ahead, brother. And then we got 2 more questions back here.
Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. And in the passage they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory.
Right, okay, that's on my Moab, I think.
And shall return to Babylon that was destroyed.
Right, yep.
And thou shalt be cast down.
Yeah, that's talking about Moab, I think, right over here. So talking about Asia.
Con.
All right, yeah, because that's talking about the battle between America and Asia. You're gonna have jets or whatever that go from America over to Asia to China to bomb them, but when they get back, America gonna be destroyed. Read that part again.
All right.
So parts of China gonna be attacked, but America gonna be destroyed utterly.
All right. This.
Yeah, they're gonna be returned to nothing. Jets got to scramble indefinitely.
All right. This is on the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 60 again. And in the passage, they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some portion of thy land.
Yeah.
And consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed.
See that? All right, so China's that idol city. Even the name China comes from the word sin. That's a wicked atheistic nation, man. All right, and they worship Molech.
They eat anything.
And they eat anything. Yeah, that's what the Lord called them, the wash pot. The scum of the scum of the earth is with them, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Right, because the Lord said that. Somebody get that? Let me get this real quick. I'm going to get it for you. Right, because they set up Isaiah 14:5. They set out to take over the world and to rule over here in North America. Who did it? These elites over here called the European Union. All right, they helped to establish NATO. It goes into Daniel chapter 7. All right, England, Britain, Spain, they helped to establish this place called America, also known as the daughter of Babylon, which is about to be destroyed. All right, and there was another point I made, didn't I?
They say, how thou fallen from heaven in the morning. You said Isaiah, you went to Isaiah 14:5?
Yeah, yep.
And it says,
Yep, because the word Lucifer means illuminated one. So the Illuminati, what they built here in America is going to fall. Once that get destroyed, they've lost their power in the earth. All right?
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Right, so, yep. And what happened? It said the spirits leaped out of their mouth like a frog. So that's what the Lord is going to destroy. He's going to destroy their power. Like, what did they set up here? The religious system. They set up the banking system. They set up the military. So the Lord is going to destroy all of that in this place. All the hubs that they got. The Roman Catholic Church has power over here. The Lord is going to destroy that power. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation 16:12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the earth, upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up.
Right, so the river Euphrates is being dried up because of the battle between the Turks and the Kurds. All right, the Kurds they operate on the south end of the Euphrates River, and the Turkish people, the Edomites, they rule it from the north. So they can cut off the flow of the river so that they can't get water in the south. And they said they've been doing it so much, plus the drought, it's been drying up the river. So now they even said it has become a new ground for battle for the people like the Kurds to cross over that land and go to war with Israel. And that's making way for the kings of the East. The kings of the East represent Russia, Iran, China, all those countries. And it's about to happen. America about to be destroyed, and we're about to rule this earth in righteousness. Go ahead, brother.
And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
There you go, the kings of the East. And you look in the East, who they battling against? The West. They're battling against Europe, the Western European countries like Britain, the UK, NATO, America, you know what I mean? So the kings of the East represent Russia, China, and Iran and such. You know, go ahead, brother.
Verse 13, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
There you go. So out of the mouth of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. That's the religious systems, NATO, which is over all the militaries and police setups. And what was the other one? The dragon. All right, which goes into their banking system. You know, so the dollar, and that's like a major portion of the prophecy going into Revelations. The banking system they set up. All right, so all that's gonna get destroyed here in America. The power that they set up here. All right, somebody have something? Yeah,
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 5.
right, man. America about to be destroyed, man. You know, time to repent. The Lord looking for 144,000 men that's willing to save their household and stand up for him and stand up against the wicked. The Father's name is Yahweh. His son named Yahushua. All right, go ahead, brother.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Right, Idumea today does not just represent Esau, it represents America, all right? Like the brother Thanyal was reading with, he said, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right, those Edomites that established America, it's gonna go into what? Read it again.
Verse 5 of Isaiah chapter 34. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's right, man. So it can come down upon Idumea, America, the Edomites that are over here in America, and also the people of his curse to judgment. Who is that? 2/3 of our people and these heathens. All right, hold on, let me get this. Let's get this, because Jeremiah 50:24. All right, that's what the Lord calls it his sword. And he said his sword shall be bathed in heaven. What's up there in the heavens? Shemayim, the waters. So he's saying those missiles that they're creating, they're not going to sit in the silos, in the bunkers, in the belly of the silos any longer. They're going to be launched off, and they're going to touch the sky, and they're going to be bathed in heaven, meaning they're going to be shooting far out into in the atmosphere, and come back into the earth and drop down on Idumea, America. All right, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50.
Right, turning this place to a lake of fire.
Verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware.
See that? So the Lord set up a trap for this place, a snare, and it's dealing with the missiles. It swore that he furbished and had these Germans, these Temanites established and split the atoms. All that was set up for the Lord's judgment day. All right, so the Lord laid a trap for these devils, and as they move forward, they continue to, what do you say, they push the stone up the hill, gonna fall back upon their own pit. And the pit that they have digged, they shall fall into it. All right, it's become their own trap. So the Lord set a trap with these missiles, man. All right, the ultimate judgment day for this place, this whore called America, that sits upon many nations, many waters. Everything you're looking at that the eyes can see in this place is going to become pitch and dust. Even our Bibles. So the word got to be in you.
I got to push up.
All right, go ahead, brother. And then, come out.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Right.
The land is as the Garden of Eden.
Let's go one more verse before that.
Verse 2, a day of darkness. Joel 2 and 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains.
Right, what's that? That's going to block out the sun. All right, that goes into like the book of Eli. In the beginning, when he killed the cat and shit, started eating it, that was a nuclear fallout. All right, that's what it's going to look like.
As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
Right, this talking about the AI technology that's going to be running these missiles. They're going to be like army or soldiers set in order and in rank. You know, you see them doing that with the drones. On New Year's, they had them all. They're going to do the same thing with the missiles. They're going to be moving like soldiers in formation. A missile that can move like a jet, move all different directions. It can stop. I'm gonna go this way.
If I may add on, hey, just as the elder speaking on, man, Russia's the avant-garde, man. That missile is able to, it can be shot off and it can go in any trajectory that it wants, man.
Yeah.
So no missile defense system can stop it. You know why? For one, it's that AI technology and also the power of the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gonna be within those missiles, man.
Right, and the Vanguard, I think, right?
Con.
Avant-garde. And they said it's nuclear powered, so it can go around the world.
Yeah, indefinitely.
Indefinitely. It's to keep continuing. It don't need to be. You ain't gonna have no cash cows like in World War I. 19. What was that? Asher Bennett. What was his name? Kaiser Wilhelm. All right, Kaiser Wilhelm, the one with the retarded hand. Yeah, that's how they got them, because they had something called cash cows. They would have to keep refilling their submarines. So they would bring them up out of the water so they can refill each other. And when they did that, every time they would get struck by the peekaboo bombers. And they would bomb them. So they ain't gonna be able to do that with these missiles. They ain't gonna need no refill. All right, go ahead, brother.
Neither shall be any more after it.
So it ain't gonna be nothing more after it like this, man. It's gonna be peace on the earth. The scriptures say the world shall study war no more. So it ain't gonna be nothing like this, man. This is a buildup. You know, go ahead, brother. Technology. Go ahead, bro.
Even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Right, so you see America how it is now. You got all these parks, you got all these different museums, people partying and bullshit and marrying and giving in marriage, you know? But the Lord said, yeah, everything looked peaceful. You see the Statue of Liberty standing there, but then behind it, that jungle like a burnt match. You know, everything gonna be burned up. Go ahead.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
Right, so the power is in the front of them. A fire devours before them, you know, and the fire is gonna be behind them. What's that? The warheads. and it being nuclear propulsion.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Right, and nothing shall escape them when they land in this place, America. All right. So anybody that's here in this place on this land, they're not going to escape. That's why they said, the scripture said, we read earlier, they're going to flee from the Lord, but they're not going to escape. Right? So we came full circle. Go ahead, brother.
That's just going to that.
Right. You have one too, right? Oh, go ahead. We ain't even getting the Revelations yet.
It's Deuteronomy 32 and 41. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies. I will reward them that hate me.
Right. That's the whetted sword. You see, the Lord said his sword is furbished, meaning equipped. He got it ready and furbished, and they're showing it to the world. And he said these swords are going to touch the sky, and they shall fall upon Idumea, representing America today. But then he said, what? If he wet that sword, like you had a sword and it's dry, and then next thing you know, you see that sword got nothing but blood on it. So the Lord said, if he do that, he basically judging his enemies.
The sword ain't gonna be dry.
Heck no.
Verse 42. I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh.
Right, so it's gonna be endless. The scriptures say the slain of the Lord shall be many. And them arrows, those missiles, they're gonna be drunk with blood, man. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of destruction, a lot of people dead. All right, it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed, man, from these missiles. They're gonna be tearing people's limbs off. You know, it says it's gonna cut them in pieces from the nuclear blast and the heat.
And that with that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy.
There you go, man. So from the beginning. So that's going to be the beginning of the vengeance. All right. And after that, we're going to get more vengeance in the kingdom when the Lord give us the ability to hand out the judgments to these devils day and night, man. While you chilling in your paradise, you know, with your animals and your women, fresh air day and night. You're going to be having all of that ability and power in the kingdom and being righteous, eating all kind of massive size of fruit, clean air, fresh air, clean water. But then you get to experience the day, and then you get to experience the night. And not worrying about things that go bump in the night. Only thing going to be going bump in the night is us with these women. Bringing Israel back. Man, I want that old thing back. Let's get it, man. That's right. Let's get all of them. You're good. Okay, let's get this one. Somebody have one back here.
Dash.
Yeah, let's get this one real quick.
This is the book of Isaiah 13 and 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
Right, when Russia shoot those missiles off on this place in China and Iran, and all these nations are set up, circled around America, round about, and they shoot missiles, 200 million warheads on this place. He said, what? Their bows. That's what they're talking about. Their bows, their missile launchers, they're going to launch these missiles, are going to what?
Dash. They also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
Right, look what Russia's doing in Ukraine. They ain't got no pity. Once they make their rules, they stick to it. They're like the ancient Persians. Yeah, they ain't playing.
The eye shall not spare children.
Right, that's right. They ain't gonna spare no children, man. Yep, that was it. Yeah, why not?
Verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms.
Right, there you go. The staff of the wicked. The glory of these nations like the European Union. The glory of NATO. The spearhead for NATO ever since World War II. The glory of England. You know? Yeah, right. The glory of England, right? But the scriptures say thy mother shall be ashamed of thee. Right? So why is it the glory? Yep. Why is it the glory? What is that? Revelation 18 where they where is it at? I think it's Revelation 18. Somebody get that real quick. Scarlet colored beast. Because they used America to steal the resources from all the nations around the world. Yep, those elites over there in Europe, they used America as the whore, and Europe was the pimp. And they used America and pimped her out, and the dollar, used that dollar to steal all the resources from Russia and China and all these nations. You see that? So that's the glory of Europe.
Revelation 18 and 16. Wait, 15. The merchants of these which were made rich by her,
Oh, you cool. You good. Yep, you good. You good, brother. Yep.
by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing.
No, start from 1.
Start from 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory.
Right.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Right, so America represents Babylon the Great, meaning great in wealth, great in riches and people. But this place is about to fall, all right? And the Father's true name is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahushai. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're God's chosen people, all right? So we got to repent, all right? So at this point, this is after America gets destroyed and Babylon the Great is falling. The angels going to rejoice at that someday, and we're going to rejoice with it. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, it's become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right.
And so that's what's all in this place, man.
17.
Because what does it say? All the birds of the field despise Israel. So we're all right here in this place, and everything's gonna be turned to ashes right here in this place, man.
Yeah, what did one would say? The horse sits upon a scarlet-colored beast.
17.
Huh? Yeah, come on, let's get that one.
Yeah, Revelation 17:4.
Yeah, here we go.
And this Revelation 17 and verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold.
Oh, my bad. Verse 3.
This verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
There you go. That goes into the European Union and NATO. The 10 common markets of Rome, which later became the European Union, all right, with the Treaty of Rome. And then also they helped to establish NATO, all right? Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Read.
Verse 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold.
Right, purple represents royalty. So they made America the top nation. You know, with the Bretton Woods Agreement, with the dollar, with the petrodollar being created in
OPEC deal?
Yeah, the petrodollar in 1973.
Media.
Huh?
The media. All of like immigrants, they love coming over here to America, not because of the day-to-day stuff that they show over in other countries, but because of the movies, the action movies that they used to have, the music and all that.
That's part of the decking with fine gold. They make this place look luxury, and then when people finally get there, they're like, man, this is crap hole.
Yeah, in the buildings, and the structures here. And, you know, they looked at this as the promised land. But not anymore. Everybody trying to get the hell out of here now. They even got passport rules. I don't know where they're getting all this money from. Jeez, we out. I can't even pass out of the state. I'm broke. So broke can't pay attention. I'm just messing around. All right, so where was that? So now, with that being said, and can you get down to verse 16? No, 15.
It's Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked,
Right.
and
You good.
shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
There you go. So these same European nations, they're the ones that plan both sides of the war, just like they did in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and also this coming war real soon. And they hoping to hide in the bunkers while everybody else perishes in the midst of World War III. All right? That's why they messing around on the borders of Russia. messing with Ukraine.
Why y'all come through?
Provoking.
All right,
Getting the water jump off.
Right, that's right, provoking it. Stoking the fire.
Right, because everybody that's in the know that who keep their mind occupied in prophecy, they're gonna understand the narrative that's being painted by America. Now everybody's fighting, oh, Russia's the bad person, but really in actuality, the only thing Putin is doing is keeping the West from off their back door. So they had no choice but to fight. Go back to 2014 when they annexed Crimea. Why were they doing it? Putin's been saying this whole time, these are Russians that we're trying to protect from NATO.
From Nazis.
For real. So now, with that being said, that's what these upper elites they do. They paint the narrative in every single situation, right? To bring forth what they want their agenda to be.
Right. Yep. So ultimately, they're gonna cause America to lose everything they dressed her with, the royal clothing, the gold, the silver, and they're gonna strip America of all the mirth of the land is gonna be gone. All right. Now what else? I need Revelations 13, and then you got something too?
Yeah, I was gonna say, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Right after this.
Okay.
Right after this. 13 verse. No, read that now, because they said the dragon is going to strip her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then ultimately burn her with fire. Cause her to be burnt with fire.
This
13,
Jeremiah 50 and 12. It says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Now, God bless America. God damn America.
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
My native ass.
No,
I'm with it.
All right, Jeremiah 50 and 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert.
right, and what nation is that? All right, who is that? You know, it goes back to England. All right, and England is under Britain. All right, the UK. All right, and then after who was over England? The queen, the wicked witch of the West. The West, she in the West. It really fit. Yeah. I was like, damn, that's flow. I got you. But
I'm standing on this side and just
the wicked witch of the West that just passed, once she died, that was the end of the dollar.
Oh, and they take the $5 Australian bill.
Yep.
Every time they change it, it's somebody from their bloodline. They're changing it now to the Aborigines of that land. They're taking her face off of it, off, totally off. And none of her lineage is gonna be replaced on there.
Y'all know about the $5 Indians over here? You know, he laughing and shit. They paid into it. They say you Cherokee, then you can pay a $5 fee to say you Cherokee to get the benefits.
Yeah. You gotta pay to be who you are.
Yeah, that's okay.
You gotta pay for it. Ain't that something?
My bad.
No, you good though. You good. Let's go to Revelation real quick.
He just touched
And let's show we focusing on them destroying the glory of these heathens, which represents America today. All right, the glory of the Chaldees.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, the two horns represent a two-sided kingdom representing Democrats and Republicans. That's what establishes America. That's the basis of America. And through that, they're going to manipulate both sides. But it's really the Illuminati ruling it from Europe, the dragon. All right, the elites or the globalists. You see that? And they're ruling it through these two puppets, just like they do with the Bloods and the Crips. All right? And ultimately, I believe a lot going to happen around these elections. You know, with this prophecy. Go ahead,
Verse 12, and he exercises all the powers of the first beast before him.
Whoa, so it exercised all the power of the Roman Empire or Europe. So that was like giving glory to the European Union and Rome. So this is their glory.
Because that's ultimately where they get it from.
That's where they get it from.
The Republican and the Democrat, two wings of the same bird.
That's right, man. Yep, in the Roman Senate.
Not people's backs. Two faces of Janus.
Yeah.
One body though.
Yeah, but and ultimately after like when Britain lost so much in the war of American independence, they just sat back and became the financiers. They didn't really pull out of America. The United States never really claimed its independence. What Britain did is they turned it into a corporation. And so there are you got your directors, your CFOs, and all things like that. Those are the upper elites working this business structure of America, and the workers are the citizens and your presidents and your people and things like that. And they're manipulating every single thing that happens in the United States from the election on down. You know, so and the best slave is one that thinks he's free. So they got everybody's mind like divide and conquer. If you're not one of those upper elites, they don't give a damn about you. If you're not one of those top families and you're not if you're not pulling the string, you're being pulled.
And like me and the brother saying, as he's speaking, man, you got the real Edomites over there in England and the UK, and you have those lower level Edomites over here, like the brother speaking.
Right. Yeah.
Prime example. Now, you see how Edomites over here talk, especially the settlers, how they talk all country in a broken dialect, like they couldn't even speak English. To be honest with you, and then the ones over there in England, they speak all proper. They all spoke broken English like that, and had a messed up form of speaking until the Victorian era. After the Victorian era, that's when they changed the speech, and you had the old English, that art, this, that, and they started separating themselves from the fashions of the United States, and they became the elite financiers over there in England, running what's going on over here.
And also more evidence of that is in Boston and in Baltimore, you can still hear trace amounts of the British accent.
Right.
When they say like "to" or "you," and in other words that the Boston people say, it sounds like the British accent.
Right. And what's making them rich is their corporations that they established over here. All these corporations, that's the new government. That's the new government that's going to make the laws, and they call it what? Cancel culture. Meaning you can't come in our business unless you're wearing a mask. See, that's the new government. The police like, yo, we can't do nothing about it.
Because they got to uphold the policies.
They got to uphold the policies.
They're policy holders.
You see that? The police got to uphold their policies, and these companies going to uphold their policies that's being established by the draconian measures coming from the dragon over there in Europe. All right? So where are we at?
Revelation 13 and 12.
Look at that.
This is the book of Revelations 13 and 12, and he exerciseth all the powers of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
See that? So it caused everybody over here to submit to the European Union and to the globalists. All right? So that's what they used America for, but the Lord going to destroy that power in the earth. The Lord about to destroy America off the face of the earth. Right? Amos 9 and 8. Let's get that real quick. We'll get that Amos 9, and then we get to the precept.
I'll get that too if I get the first.
All right,
I still hold my precept too.
I think it's 9 and 11, I think. We're going to destroy it off the face of the earth. Yeah, the water, bro. Yeah, we're going to get to the lake of fire in a minute.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8.
Right, we're showing how America is going to become a lake of fire, man. It's going to be a whole build-up and a process to it. And why is the Lord destroying this place? Because it's wicked.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, are upon the sinful geek.
Right, his eyes. Who is his eyes? His eyes are the 12 tribes of Israel. We see everything that's going on out here. All right, let's get that. Revelation 11 is like 10 or 12.
These two witnesses?
Yeah. All right, let's get that real quick. Who were you at? Yep. So his eyes represent that. And what's that? The eyes of the Lord are in every place. Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Whoever got it.
Yeah. 11 to 10 or
Yep. Let's start from 8. We can run through it quick.
Revelation 11 and 8.
Yeah, let's go through it fast.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, let me see that one. So the great city that it's talking about here is America. It got built up off the back of slaves. All right, and we were spiritually dead over here, calling ourselves black, African, you know, singing slave songs like we shall overcome one day, you know, not knowing who we are, the Native Americans, you know, the Latino tribes, all right, which are the biblical Gadites. So it said what? We were over here spiritually dead in the midst of these streets out here. Was we physically lying down in the ground? No, he's talking about being crouched down, giving up, weak in this place. Hopeless, not standing up as an army. All right, go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Right, because we fell ever since 70 AD. We've been dead ever since, spiritually dead as a nation. And we are being made to stand back up. According to Ezekiel 37, the Lord sending the spirit of truth into our hearts, calling out Abba Father, and bringing us out of our graves to stand upon our feet, a great exceeding army. And that's the problem, man. We gotta have an army out here, you know?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
According to the Lord's army.
According to the Lord's army, yeah.
Because we tried our best to climb up out of that grave ourselves. Black Panthers, civil rights movement, ain't none of that shit work.
Blood Crip, the gangs, yeah, it ain't work. The JBM, the Black Mafia in Philadelphia. That was started in 1981. They started the Black Mafia in Philadelphia in 81 during the crack epidemic. And instead of them protecting the hood, they started selling crack to the hood. They're supposed to protect the neighborhood from the police brutality. But instead, you had people like me born in 1981 with crack in my veins. I was born with it.
And how did that happen? Because Esau infiltrated in the hood and went like this here. I give you this crack, you can make this money. Now, and then, so what did our people, the ones that introduced the crack to the hood became big time dope dealers, and you see them taking pictures with the mayors and all these people, all these different cities and shit like that. But what happened 10 years later? They was the ones on crack.
Yeah, power corrupts ultimately. You know? Power always corrupts. Where are we at? Somebody read something.
Revelation 11?
Amos 9 and 8 too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We stopped at Amos 9 and 8, then we went to Revelation 11.
Let's get that so we can get back to you and then we get the other piece up. Go ahead, bro. Let's run through this.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 9. Yep. And they of the people in kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
Right, so they saw us for 350 years over here, all right, and walking around in slavery, and they were making money off us. You know, they saw us walking around, they were like, how can I, oh, you know what? Every ear from a black man costs $100. And that was a lot of money back then, $200 or $2,000. So they were going around cutting off arms, cutting off ears, making curtain hangers and lampshades, jackets, boots, shoes. So they made money off of us. Off our children, slavery. The Lord said we were going to be sold on auction blocks according to the curses, Deuteronomy 28. So they were making filthy money off of us, man. Alligator bait. Go ahead.
And think about it. Think about how easy it is for our women to give up their children for adoption or abortion, because like that stuff goes all the way back to slavery. Because our women were having children. As soon as they have children, master tell them, okay, I'm gonna take this with me, but we're gonna make sure we put it in a good home for you. Same thing with the adoption agency, man. Our children don't have a bond with their parents whatsoever, man. The father was taken out of the home. The woman was brainwashed into believing she didn't need no man, right? And brainwashed to think that she don't need children either. So they just devoured our people, man. And it brought us down to nothing, but it was Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
So that means something dead, you can do anything with it.
Right.
You know, you can move it how you want to move it. You know?
Everybody over here, set it up right there. Everybody,
right. You can dress it how you want, you know, call it what you want, tell the story about it how you want. All right? And our people spiritually dead, and they made money off of that. They made money off the pork. They started saying, hey, eat some pork, knowing that's against our laws. All right, the Lord is a so-called black man according to the Bible, and he's about to return. All right? There's gonna be a lot of dirty diapers around here when the Lord show up. Adult dirty diapers. Okay, brother.
And shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right. So what's that? Somebody get that. We'll get power to my two. The water. So he said these two prophets. Who is that talking about?
Go up to verse 3.
The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel. That's what it's talking about when it says when it says the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. The Lord is watching, and he's a black man. You know, Esau don't like black people watching him. The Lord watching. Hey, you know I'm talking about him, man. Let's say Esau. I ain't say that.
They like to do the watching. Watch them watch the problem. Hey, the funny part about it is, you didn't say the so-called white man. You said Esau. Yeah, he took wrong.
Made his red hair stand up on the back.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 3, and I will give power unto my two witnesses.
Whoa, so we're the witnesses, man. We're the witnesses. The Lord sees through our eyes. You know, things we're recording and seeing, we pray to the Father. And also the angels are the witnesses. Somebody got that? His eyes are in every place? Yeah, come on. I thought you already had it.
This is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. It says, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
That's right, man. So the angels of the Lord. Right? What Esau calls UFOs are really the chariots of the Father. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry us home, man. To take us back to where we belong. All right, so his eyes are in every place. That's why you're seeing chariot UFO sightings, USO sightings, unidentified submerged objects, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Meaning it's outstanding their understandings of physics. You see that? So that's what they call it unidentified. They can't understand it.
Yeah. But then they want you to trust in their science.
Yeah, trust in their science, what they say. Like, nah.
Yeah, I think I stick with Spirit.
That's good. All right, so where we at? So we're the witnesses. We're the eyes of the Lord. When he said his eyes are upon the sinful kingdom, go ahead.
Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Off the face of the earth. That's what's about to happen to the same ground we're walking on. The same thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. It turned into nuclear ash or sulfur. And the Lord said the same thing gonna happen to this place. And look what they pushing, the letter groups. They're gonna do the whole alphabet soon.
Can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
Interject for a second. I was down on 4 Miles Beach.
Yep. You said a second, right?
Came through. A second.
A second.
I came through. I felt the power of the Lord.
Yeah.
He came through that. He wiped that whole land free, and I felt it was just a little bit of a Sodom and Gomorrah area. And what happened when the thing came through? Luckily, I survived.
Oh, was that the hurricane?
I was down there.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor from it. So,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you got a cool vibe, man. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, brother.
Book of Psalm 11 and 4. The Lord is Psalms 11 and 4. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelid try the children of men.
There you go. His eyelids try the children of men. So he got eyelids. If you read the book of Daniel, it tells you that Yahweh has legs. And he got a glow. He got a rainbow of glow around him from the legs down and the legs up. And he's sitting, so he can sit up there. And he got a ground up there. He set his pillars in the heavens on water. And he's beholding and watching and governing the earth with his eyelid, looking at everybody. And sometimes they say he winks at the elect in these times. You know what I mean? So the Lord is watching. So he don't really need us to watch, but he got his stewards, his ground troops, Air Force. The Lord is a man of war, so he's watching everything, and he's the general. All right, go ahead. Precept.
I got one.
Let's get all these off.
Let's run all of them. Can we go to Isaiah 47 yet?
Yeah, we rocking.
All right.
I don't know.
It's all right. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no more throne or daughter of the Chaldeans.
Right, that's what China's saying. China and Russia, like, sit your ass down. We're gonna send you a cyber attack, and that's what you hear Klaus Schwab talking about. There's nothing greater than a cyber attack. He's looking like Dr. Evil.
Yeah, he look real. I was seeing that picture on your video and shit.
Yeah.
He look like dummy, man. I had to put the phone down and just listen to the damn thing. I didn't want to look at his face.
He evil as shit. He evil as hell, man. Him and Kissinger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, both of them. It says, take the millstones and grind milk, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river.
So this great whore that we just read about that was exalted, given all these riches and royal status in the world, now is being brought down to the level of a third world country right in front of our face. And it's by them raising the interest rates, which is done through the Fed, which is ran by the Rothschild family over there in England, the Bank of England. All right? So they're raising the interest rates to slow down spending in America, which is going to cause a lot of people to lose their jobs, lose their homes, and it's ultimately going to destroy the dollar, the power of the dollar, to cause hyperinflation. And at the same time, you got these nations that's being provoked into a war and being put under sanctions because of the dollar, so they're forced to find other routes to deal with other nations without the dollar, which is going to cause what? A dollar devaluation. De-dollarization. There you go.
Just like that. That's how America's gonna fall.
A de-dollarization.
I see.
All right. It says, Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Right, thy nakedness. What's that? Somebody get that? Make it a gazing stock.
Yeah. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse.
Right, now keep in mind China's drones. That's watching everything. A gazing stock. Everybody watching. Go ahead.
5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
There you go. So everybody want to see what's going on in America now. All these nations, they got all the nations risen up and watching America now. And they want to see the fall of it. They see the filthiness of it. They see the breaking of the policies and the treaties that America do. They see all the hell that America's causing, like in Ukraine. They can't hide it no more. When America trying to go into Taiwan, China like, no, we know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So anywhere America put their hand at, or they put their footprint at, they're being found out. They're seeing that America's falling. They're seeing that the dollar is a cancer to their reserve currencies. So they're like, yo, let's go ahead and help them fall. And at the same time, China, you get stronger. And by the time you get stronger, America's gonna be circling the drain. It's gonna be something called lagging. That's what that one globalist said.
The boy,
I forget his name.
George Soros.
Thank you, man. George Soros. All right, he said that. And that's what we're living through it right now.
And the nations that's like stuck in the middle of what side they on, they gonna be forced to that side of global power, global dominance. Who got the dominion at that time?
Just like the scriptures say, they shall turn to hate the whore. Everybody who's allied with America, Germany, France, Italy, they're all going to turn to hate the whore.
They're going to turn and show their hatred to this place. And America just lost Africa, and that goes in Ezekiel 38.
Oh, gone. Yeah, they lost Africa to China.
Yeah, they lost Africa to China and Russia.
Yeah, gone.
Yep.
Losing everything.
So, yep, they're taking everything.
It says, oh, that was it.
That was it, right?
Yeah.
Any more precept? Let's run your.
I mean,
I'll bring it back.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 24. It says, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord.
Right, and I didn't do it. Well, the scriptures say, prepare slaughter for the sins of their forefathers. So if you're a descendant of a slave owner, you're gonna have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to pay for that. They're going into slavery, and they're gonna be destroyed if they're in America. They're gonna be burning pitch, man. Ain't gonna be no reason for an urn. They're gonna leave the ashes on the ground. Lord got y'all. They're gonna get a freebie.
He ain't gonna need. He gonna spread the ashes for him.
Spread the love, man. Spread the love. LeBron. Yeah, funny, man.
Verse 25, Jeremiah 51. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, which destroys all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee.
Right, so America is that place. America is that destroying mountain, man. All right, and the Lord said he's against this place. He said, bless America. No, God is going to damn America. All right, it's a wicked place. And he left Sodom and Gomorrah as an example. Yeah, but look what they're doing in this place, man, passing laws for them. All right, go ahead.
And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain.
There you go. So you're going to be kicked out of rulership. Kicked down the mountain like Sparta. You know? Kick them right in their back. Right down the mountain. Roll your ass down the mountain. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 26. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord.
Right, it's not going to be anything to take from this place. Like China, they own most of America right now, large parts of America and Canada and South America. All right, especially South America. But they're not going to be able to come here and take any land because it's not going to be any. You know, and America's going to be for booties to these nations, meaning they're going to keep the money, keep the wealth, and they're going to strip America of its riches, man. But there ain't going to be no lands to take. This place going to be melted, man. All right, so that shows you even more. America is about to be destroyed from rooter to the tutor. All right, go ahead.
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 3, and verse 8. Art thou better than populace know that was scattered among the rivers that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea and her wall was from the sea?
Right, that's talking about America. That's how you know it's not talking about the Roman Empire. Roman Empire doesn't have a whole ocean all the way around it. You know, America does.
And that's what's going to make it a lake of fire. Because once the land is destroyed through thermonuclear ICBM missiles, the body of water is what's going to surround the fire.
That's right, brother.
Lake of fire.
Lake of fire, right there. All right, go ahead. Oh, anybody else got one?
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Yeah, we already read that one too.
Oh.
Yeah, we already read that.
All right, somebody else.
Yeah. I don't mind, but
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the ministry of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, that's called a change of regime, man. A change of regime. You know, Yahweh Shai is going to come remove Esau out of their place. Jacob is the beginning of the world. Esau is the beginning of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follow it. And he say what? He's going to take him by the heel. You know, snatch Esau down by the heel, man. Right at the end of their rulership. They're going to be taken out of power. They ain't going to just move on and move out of power. They're going to be taken out of power by Jacob. And Jacob today represents Yahweh Shai first. All right? Oh, good.
Then he said he was going to reveal that wicked man. Like everybody act like they don't know Esau's the ministry of iniquity, but the spirit of the Lord is cooking in the kitchen, and we smell the destruction coming. We see the smoke, like a cookout, so to speak. And like we see more and more with the Chinese spy balloon, whatever that is, and with Ukraine, and we see World War III approaching. And the world act like they don't know what's going on. That's why they're gonna be so shocked when it pops off here and these missiles strike.
Right. Yep. They were so distracted, the Lord said he's going to catch them as a thief in the night. Unexpected. Go ahead. Let's get it.
Now this is 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah. And the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
There you go. So the element's going to melt. What is that? They're going to turn it into lava. All right? So the elements, all the elements that you see in this place is going to melt. All right, man. Look forward to seeing you next week, man. All right, y'all.
got that.
Well, I finished that one. This is Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, that fuel of fire represents that nuclear waste. All right, nuclear enrichment of uranium. All right, burning and fuel of fire all together. What's that? Nuclear waste and like a lava pit. Gonna cause a lake of fire, man. All right, from these ICBM missiles, these giant missiles that they got. Ain't gonna be no running from it. That's your lake of fire right there. All right. They say gonna melt. It's gonna be with what? Fuel of fire. All right. Fuel is a liquid.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Right.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
They're gonna bring it down?
So basically, the Lord had put in these devil's mind to split atoms, to create thermonuclear missiles, ICBM missiles, supersonic, hypersonic missiles, you know, and the Lord had created the waster to destroy, and that waster gonna fall down upon Idumea. You know, the Lord's sword shall be bathed in heaven, like brothers are bringing out.
Right, man. All right, so yep, in the modern day blacksmith is your scientists and your generals, and these innovators, these technocrats that be creating these missiles like or technology like Elon Musk and them do. All right, so the Lord created them and put it in their heart to create these missiles ultimately for their own judgment.
All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Yeah, you see the China sending their drone over here? A sound of battles in the land. You're hearing about the wars and rumors of wars. You know, and the scripture said they're going to come from the north. And where did China's drone come from? Canada. You know? And where did Russia, when they sent them bombers out around America on both sides, east and west, like a couple years ago, they was like, no, you ain't got to worry unless they come through Canada. Once they come through Canada, they're going to do a strike. So, you know, that's why the scriptures say they're going to hear, the king of Babylon should hear a word from the north.
How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Right, how this great city that was lifted up and exalted, and all these nations loved America, you know, and they got rich off America and did a lot of murder, robbing, stealing, and killing through America around the world. How it should become a desolation? How?
It says 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Right, see, that's why. That's why, because this place America, what's up, bro? This place America has striven against Yahweh, striven against his people, according to Revelation 13, where also our Lord was crucified. See that? So they wanted to X out the Lord. They wanted to X out the truth of the Lord here. And they call themselves a God-fearing country just so they can get help from the Roman Empire, the Catholic Church. During the time when, in World War II, when Russia was calling themselves an atheistic country, America was like, well, we're a God-fearing country. And God we trust. You know? So, one nation under God. They were making all these different terminologies, blaspheming the Lord. A mouth speaking, they were giving a mouth speaking great things called a president. Eisenhower, all these wicked presidents that have ruled and done nothing, been nothing but puppets for these globalists.
Verse 25, the Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Right, because the Lord got an armory. The Lord can do more than that. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 11 said he can create monsters. He can create anything to destroy this place. But he chose this. He chose the weapons of his indignation. Something that's going to complete his wrath on this place, which is fire. Because that's what you need to get there behind right, is fire. Fire on a nigga's ass.
Oh, damn. The Lord hath opened up his armory and hath brought forth the weapon of his indignation, weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord of hosts, in the land of Chaldea.
Right, so he got his weapons. He also got spirits that are created for judgment. What, fire, teeth of beast, you know? Yeah, come on, let's get that. So the Lord had brought forth his weapons, you know, to for amendment, meaning for correction. All right? Go ahead, brother, then you got it.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, in verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Right. Yeah, the Lord bring him out of his armory. You know, they would have never thought of a missile in the past ancient time. They was calling it fire and stars falling from the sky. They didn't know what it was. This is the Most High. He knew about all this stuff, all this technology. Go ahead, brother.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
There you go. So that's what this is going to do. These missiles are made to appease the wrath of Yahweh. All right, we can stop there on that point. Just get to the point. All right, go ahead. Yeah, just to get to the point. Fire and yeah, as long as I make an interjection on yours.
But this is Joel chapter 2, and I'm going to start from verse 9. It says, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run up the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter at the windows like a thief.
Right.
Oh, God, you know, just to expound on the point that the brother was speaking on earlier, man. Hey, when he said that the Lord is going to come in as a thief in the night, man. All right, and by the way, also too, that's another form of his armory that the elder was speaking of, man. All right, but also those missiles, all right, was prophesied for 200 million missiles to hit this place, all right?
Right. And he said, what? They're going to enter at the windows. What's that? That means they're going to enter into America's airspace. All right, and go into the windows, what's called the silos. Not the silos, but the windows of heaven. All right. So it's going to go out of the atmosphere, enter into the atmosphere, and it's going to enter into the house of the thief, meaning enter their airspace. All right.
And that's why also Trump too was just speaking on, oh yeah, man, I told you, you need to get prepared for war. Hey, if it was me, I would have put a dome over. That dome is not going to do anything. Just think about the damn glass you got to put over this place.
Yeah, how much time it would take to do it. But by a dome, you know, they're talking about the Iron Dome, like Israel has.
Oh, damn.
Meaning response shooters.
It shows that they had no intentions of protecting this place to begin with. Because if they put an Iron Dome in that missile defense system over there in Jerusalem, they would have done it to this place over here first.
They did it here first.
You know, right?
They don't care about these people here, man. All right, now.
This shows you that the Lord ultimately set this place up and put it in the minds of the kings and the rulers throughout the four corners of the earth to set this place up as an altar, to be a sacrificial place of judgment.
Land of the unwalled
to go in
villages.
perdition.
Right. Right, man. So they call it the land of unwalled villages, yeah.
There's a movie called Fun with Dick and Jane with Jim Carrey. And he was working at this business for like 25, 30 years. And he finally met the CEO of the business, and he was like, hey, yo, I want you to go on, you know, a famous TV site, a famous TV network, and just talk about what we do as a company. It was just like, all right, cool, hell yeah. He was really, really happy. And when he went on there, he was like, hey, so how come your company about to go out of business? And he was like, what? And he was the fall guy. So everybody looked at him, even though he was just a lowly worker, he wasn't the CEO at all. They blamed him for the company burning down. For the company going out of business. So America's just the fall guy. But what those elites don't know is they're gonna fall as well.
I got like 4 verses. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 in verse 40. The great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they that pour out over every high and eminent place, and horrible star. Fire and hail and fleeing swords, and many waters, that all the fields may be full, and all the rivers of abundance of great water. So basically, all these missiles they're gonna fly out and they're gonna be coming towards Babylon. And I got
right, and that cloud that's gonna be raised up is the mushroom cloud. They say the sky. He saw the sky rolling together like a scroll. All right.
Verse 42, and they shall break down the cities and walls and mountains and hills and trees and woods and grass and meadows and corns, and they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. So, like the scriptures say, the number of the army of the horsemen. You see what I'm saying? They shall march and they're going to come straight to Babylon and make Babylon afraid ultimately.
Yep.
And the last verse.
That's talking about the missiles. And also you're going to have what? A cyber attack. And all they got to do is an EMP and America's walls is done. They got no defense.
Last verse. Verse 44, they shall come to her and besiege her, the star, and all the wrath shall they pour out upon her, and then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all that be about her shall bewail her. So that goes into Revelation 18 as well. That mushroom cloud gonna go up like the elder spoke on. You see what I'm saying? And Revelation 18, the nation is gonna be basically crying because America was destroyed.
That's right. Right.
All right. This is the book of Zephaniah 1:14 all the way to 17. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and has said greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men should cry there verily. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress. A day of wetness and dissolution, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of cloud and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced city, against the high tower. And I will bring distress upon men, that they should walk like blind men, because they have signed against the Lord Jehovah Hashem Yahweh, and their blood should be poured out as dust, and their flesh is as the dung.
Now you got their flesh, meaning their body's gonna be treated like trash. Their body's gonna be left out there to die, and you know, in the wars, in the famine, in the cyber attack that could happen. You know, in the famine that's coming, in disease warfare, martial law. You know,
all the dead bodies that's taken up out of this place are done because it's a business. People don't do it because they genuinely care about a person. They do it because it's a business. But when that business falls, ain't nobody going to do it if they don't get paid.
Nah, they're going to be questioning like, hey, well, who's going to clean up all these dead bodies? Lord said, I got you. He going to send that fire to burn everything.
I got you. Free cremation.
Yeah, they ain't gonna send the files of the air too to clean up there.
I got that.
Yeah.
Just like the birds used to eat off our bodies when they used to hang us in the trees.
Okay. Maybe. Let's talk about the nation. Go ahead, brother. All right, we out here to wake up Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, to the Father's name, Yahweh, and His Son named Yahweh Shai. He's about to return, brother. All right, brother, we gotta wake up, man. All right, go ahead.
It's Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places.
And they try to do that with Herod. But the Lord said, keep going.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever.
So the Lord's going to have indignation against Edom forever. So he's going to be mad until they are totally obliterated, annihilated off this earth. Then the rest of these nations are going to get some form of living. But Esau, and like they tried to, like Herod the Great tried to do, that's what America's in that same spirit, trying to build up. But the Lord waited a little while for this place to get really built up, become a vast, great, luxurious city in the eyes of the beholder. But really, it's a piece of trash. It's just like that movie, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Saw the woman in the club, thought she was bad, took her back to the house, she done took everything off with her face.
Hey, con. And that's what the other nations realizing right now. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai lifting up that skirt, showing you secret parts, man, showing that you a little ugly whore. That's why everybody trying to get rid of you now, man. These different nations, Russia, China, North Korea, so forth and so forth. The beast is going to turn to hate the whore as well, man, because they realize the money that they invested into this ugly whore, man.
They're ashamed to say that they slept with the whore. They're like, oh, no. Get away with it.
Yeah, especially when you find out the whore is filled with a bunch of ailments, plagues, diseases, STDs, like, you know.
About to lay down with this. That's what these other nations are saying.
Yeah, and a royal woman went and showed under her garment.
Right.
You know, she was exalted as a royal woman, mistress. But now she got to lift up her skirt, walk through the water, you know.
Yeah.
Get off the horse, and the Lord said, I'm gonna expose you to all these nations. They're gonna see your naked ass. All the shame in this place, America.
Because she didn't have to get off the horse, right? Because as America was traveling, as America was prospering, all these other nations wouldn't make her get off the horse. They would put their coats down over the puddle so she could walk over. She didn't have to lift her dress up, you know. So these other nations was in like a royal courtship with America.
Called third world countries.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like you know the movies where the peasant was really a princess. You know them Disney movies that are like that, right? But it's really the other way around. The princess is really the peasant.
Yep, just like the Bowers.
Con.
Right, man. So now America's forced to go out and do footwork. They're going out to Saudi Arabia begging for money, going to Africa begging for money. You know, now they got to do groundwork again. They got to start everything all over again.
It's going. That's that. I've seen servants upon horses and rough and paraphrasing Ecclesiastes, man. You know, hey, just like the brother Kanat was speaking on, hey, it's a topsy-turvy rulership right now. Rulership right now.
Right. Anybody got any precepts?
Got precepts. This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. And it's pretty straightforward. Esau is doing all this wickedness to try to entrap people, and mentally a lot of people are entrapped. But those people who work with him to build that trap are ultimately going to fall victim to it.
You have the missiles.
Gone.
And that goes into he that killeth with the sword must be killed by the sword. But Esau's blessing is to live by the sword, but it's ultimately their judgment as well. They're trapped as well. All right, we can wrap it up soon. We didn't get to Revelation. But
Part 3.
You made a great point. You said ultimately their blessing became their destruction.
They're cursed.
All right, but listen. So the blessing that Isaac gave Jacob and Esau, right, was going to tell them was going to tell what their end was going to be. Better the end of a thing than the beginning, right? So he came out conquering, but that conquering is and the way he conquered is ultimately going to be his destruction. Remember 3 months ago when Xi Jinping went to that Eastern financial trade thing that he went to, and what did he say? He said, you know, America introduced the world to nuclear warfare. And he said, it's kind of ironic that we're in the situation where we're in with America right now. So now our blessing was the spirit. As long as we stick with the spirit of the B'Shem Yahweh, they're in heaven, but we're going through hell. But the Lord chose a certain few to stick to the spirit all the way to the end. So that's ultimately going to be our salvation. Because it seems like a curse to us now because of our disobedience. So the rest of the world looks at us as nothing, and the rest of the world looks at them as everything. But ultimately, it's going to flip, man. And it all goes back to what it said to Jacob and Esau in the beginning.
He said the first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Go
ahead.
This second answer, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, when shall be the parting asunder of the time? And when shall the end of the first in the beginning of it that followed. And he said unto me, Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
Come on, man. So that lets you know what times we're in right now, man. So when you see Esau in that rulership, that means the world is over. When you see Yahweh show up, that means the world over. Now look at it like this. A little while ago, the elder was teaching, and he said that Yahweh Shai is sitting on the right-hand side of the Father on his throne. Pretty soon that throne gonna be empty. I mean, he's gonna be right here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that throne is empty, all hell finna break loose in this place, man. Now it's gonna be hell on earth, right? It's gonna be hell on earth. But when Yahweh Shai show up, it's gonna break loose.
And then you see a lion in the woods, and you turn around and ain't there no more.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
What's that movie with Idris Elba or whatever about the great lion? Just like that.
That's it. You're like, what's wrong with this lion, man? Like a steroid.
And that's that lion that chased the eagle out of the woods, man.
That was gonna chase Esau out of the earth. All right, look at your precept, brother.
Okay. This is the book of Revelations 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right, yep. And it turned into a lake of fire. Lava pit, yeah.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great...
They're going to be standing afar off for the fear of her torment, meaning after they see America destroyed, a lot of these proxy nations that America is in cahoots with, they're going to think it's going to come on them next. So they're going to be in fear. They're going to be like, oh, we next. Go ahead.
Saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon,
right. Meaning it finally happened. Oh, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
That mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right, it only happened in an hour. It was built up all these years. All the memories they got in this place, memorials, you know, now it's destroyed. It's gonna be destroyed in 1 hour, man. You know, it took almost 400 something years to build this place, or probably more than that, to establish it. It's gonna take 1 hour to get rid of it. You know, that's power from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
And if I may add on too, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai put that knowledge within these different blacksmith or scientist heads these days, man, in order to be able to have those missiles to be over here to reach in less than an hour, man. Yep. All right, an hour or less, you know. Right. Like we were speaking on earlier, the Avant-Garde, Satan 1, Satan 2, the Perseverance, the Dong Fang, all these missiles are capable to get over here in less than 1 hour, man. You know, so you won't be able to have time to get up and haul ass out the country. Go out. For one, you won't be able to. All right. You know, scripture say, hey, thou should desire to go into a city shall not be able, man. You know, your ass gonna be stuck like Chuck, man. That's why you gotta flee mentally, you know, as Jeremiah 51:6 say, man. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, man. You don't want to be a part of the destruction that's gonna be brought upon this place. Why? Because it's gonna be a heat like no other, you know.
Right. Anybody got precept? What's wrong with precept? Look. Oh, wait, in the car, and look at Rayala. Go ahead. Wait, no, Rayala, go ahead.
This
wait for a while.
I was going to bring out Daniel 7 and 11.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Daniel 7, chapter 11.
Yeah, you can break that.
I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame, which is America.
Yeah.
Verse 12, as concerning the rest of the beasts, the other nations, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time.
Right, because who is that? People like India, Iran, all these other nations, they're gonna get some form of living in the kingdom, but they're not gonna be utterly destroyed like America. All right, so America gonna be completely destroyed and given to the fire for a sacrifice. But these other nations, they're going to be left some part intact, all right? Just like I said about China earlier.
You look at the past captivity spiritually, like Iran, like the Median Persians, we was allowed to still keep our customs and laws.
Yeah. Cyrus the Great and stuff. Yep. And they ain't into that LG, you know. Look at Russia, they ain't into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They outlawed it. They outlawed it in Africa.
Yeah, I think they did in Russia too.
In Russia
One
too.
of the top officials, he started murking everybody.
Yeah, he said they gotta get out of the country.
Yeah.
They gotta go into Ukraine. They're like, meet us there.
It's another thing, America, you know, all the alphabets, they basically said we're gonna go to Russia, and well, as soon as they got to Russia, people locked their ass up at the airport.
Right.
I was about to say, look at her.
Yeah, they don't play that broken wrist stuff. The broken wrist stuff, they don't play that. Straighten their hand out.
Right, the ones that doing that letter group, they part of atheism. They follow up on the Scientology. You know what I mean? So and that's why it's the opposite of righteousness. All right, somebody else had a precept, right? All right, let's get to it real quick, bro.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. That's just ultimately the destruction that's coming to this place. This place is going to mourn. Right when this destruction really kick up, you're going to hear a lot of mourning, weeping, and gnashing of teeth. Because it's going to be smitten with what? With fire. Fire is the best cleaning agent. You want something cleaned up? Use fire. That's going to be the plague and the punishment that's going to come to this place. On top of what the Heavenly Father is going to already allow to happen. So ultimately, this place is up out of here. It's done. Egypt is gone, i.e. U.S. is out of here.
Right. All right, the Lord said, get thee down to the ground. There's no more throne. All right. I'm going to title this one.
Exodus
Bunkers.
chapter 7, verse, I start at verse 2. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto the Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his hand, out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. So that's ultimately what's happened today with America. He allowed them to get so, he gave the world into their hands. They ruler right now. Their rulership, they sit in the temple of God, proclaiming themselves as God, but Yahweh Shai is coming back down to let everyone, to remind everyone that he is the power, that he exists. And Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer.
Alright, if y'all want to keep going, we can wrap it up. Come back out here tomorrow too. Now let's go on to Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 51.
I was about to say, I was in Jeremiah 50. I had verse 29 real quick.
Said Jeremiah 51?
Yeah, 1 through 14. And then we're going to get Jeremiah 50 right after that. Verse 6 all the way to 16.
I start with.
Alright.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
See that? So the Lord is going to raise up a destroying wind against this place. All right? And that destroying wind represents nuclear blast. And with it, you're going to have fire, brimstone, and the Lord turning this place America into burning pitch. All right, go ahead. That's the destroying wind. That goes into Revelation chapter 7.
Verse 2.
Where the Lord is holding back the destruction. That's what the winds represent, the destruction. Holding back the destruction so the elect could be woken up. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 2, Jeremiah 51. And will send unto Babylon founders that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
Right, so the Lord is sending China over here. Sending enemies that shall scatter her. That's what that means. That word fanners represent enemies, and the other word fan her means to scatter. So the Lord is raising up these nations, the kings of the earth, to meet America at their coming. To meet America every step they're doing going forward in the future, man.
And also too, Russia just wanted to say last week they had warships armed with missiles, hypersonic speed on the Atlantic coast. You know, just last week, man. So just like the elder was speaking on, it's scripture say, they're in the process of surrounding this place round about, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's surrounding it. They're getting close, bringing it up to the borders. All right, back.
I saw a video of this dude. He's like, you want to know why America will never be taken down? Here's why. And he just started listing off a whole bunch of like military vehicles. He started listing like some names of helicopters, names of tanks and stuff like that. And he was like, that's why nobody is gonna be able to take out da-da-da. He's like, militarily, can't nobody take out America. He's like, now we talk about EMP attacks and cyber warfare. Okay, yeah. It's like, all right then, bro. Like, America's gonna fall. Like, woe to them that trust in the chariots. Roughly paraphrase. That trust in Egypt.
They say the same thing about the Titanic.
Right, exactly. You trust in physical things for hope and faith. And when physical things fade away, so will your hope and your faith.
All right, go ahead, brother.
This is why they think that America's going to this Psalm 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, and that's the pride that they have. They see all these military devices that they got, and they take comfort in that versus the spiritual hammer that the Lord gonna thrust down on them.
Right, they got more confidence in what they see instead of what they don't see. They got more confidence in the courthouse in the midst of this desert. That's all this is a desert. And Esau created a mirage here, you know, out in the desert, called America, called it the United States, built courthouses, built banks to make it look like an actual government, an actual country, an actual power in the earth. Gave it presidents. All right now. What was that? The Golden Girls. Yeah. I used to watch it. That was my show. Yeah, y'all cool like that. They kind of cool like that. They got a cool vibe like that.
Which one is Blanche?
y'all gotta watch the show to get that. Oh yeah, that was a freak.
I watched
It's Jeremiah 51, verse 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up.
Right. What did you just say? Somebody, one of y'all said it, that America, that was you. No, one of y'all said it, that America brought us into the nuclear age.
Yeah.
That was you. So the one that bent the bow, that established the missiles, the atomic bomb, during World War II. All right, 1938 to 1944 or 1945, when they dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they didn't want to help establish it and entered us into the nuclear age. And they became the nuclear powerhouse of the earth. And the second one and runner-up was Russia. The one that bent the bow, that's threatening everybody, let all the nations bend their bows at America. Meaning what? Have a nuclear arms race. That's what it's called. All right? An arms race. Go ahead, brother. So they bent their bow. What is that? To bend the bow means to make it ready, prepare it, to furbish it.
Put that tension on it.
To equip it. Yep. To equip it for long distance, for the mass destruction, you know, and being unstoppable.
Say durability.
Durability, yeah. Endurability, you right. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and against him that lifteth himself up in his, is that Brigandine?
Brigandine.
Okay, come on. In his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
Right, so that means the Lord gonna destroy them right here on this soil, man. All right, destroy it utterly in all its hosts, meaning all the leaders, all the generals, the governors, the mayors, all the United States. They're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, utterly.
verse 4 of Jeremiah 51, it says, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets.
Right, man. So the ones that are thrust through, going to the martial law, and the insurrection that's going to happen, the race wars, the food riots, gang wars that's going to happen, man. And they all going to be burned up too. All that fighting and killing for nothing. All right, they're going to be fighting to make it to another day like Survivor, or like that movie, what was that called? Hunger Games. All of that just to make it from the bear to get bitten by a snake on the wall. To make it from one danger to another danger, ultimately get destroyed. Right, man. From one snare to another snare. Go ahead.
Verse 5 of Jeremiah 51. For Israel have not been forsaken.
Right, you're not forsaken.
Nor Judah of his God.
Right, so we're not forsaken of our God. That goes into Romans 11. Did the Lord do away with Israel? God forbid. He loves us, man. So people think we've forgotten about. They say, yo, since their fathers fell asleep, nobody has, dealt with them, basically. Right? Speaking of non-verbatim. So they think we don't have any help in the Lord. So they're like, where's their help? I don't hear nobody. I don't see nobody. All right, let's go ahead and get them then.
Hey, Con, that's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, I want to say, or 3. When they say, hey, he's professed himself to be of the Lord.
There you go.
Hey, so come and let us see if he's of the Lord,
Right.
They want to persecute the righteous, man. To see if the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is really standing with us. See if he's really backing us at the end of and all in all, hey, shit, by you trying to find out, it's going to be your demise too. Why? Because you sitting on the wrong side of the line, man. At the end of the day, when we find out, man, hey, that's when that destruction is going to come, man. Hey, that's when the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gems are going to shine,
Right.
All right.
And the Lord has already been proven. Look at Nebuchadnezzar that threw us through Hananiah and Mishael and Azariah into the oven. Let's see, or Daniel into the lions then.
Good.
Let's see if his God gonna save him.
Good.
So that's what they aim to do with us.
It says, verse 5 of Jeremiah 51, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts. Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
Right, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are still sinning against the Lord Yahweh. All right, his son Yahushua. Go ahead.
Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Right, how do you flee? You flee as a bird from the snare of the fowler. Getting saved out of the way. That's what it means to be saved, to salvation. Meaning snatched out of the way of a trap that's set for you. And that's what Yahushua gonna do. All right, deliver his elect.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
The Lord is warning you, don't be cut off in this place, man, loving America, and the Lord about to destroy this place. Everything that you're walking on, everything that you see. And the Lord said the ventures shall fail. Everything that you're hoping for, 401k, that future government, college tuition, becoming a, what do you call them, nurse? A CNN? A CNA? CNN, man, you got me. All right, yeah. All right. So all of that's gonna fail, man. Everything they're looking for and dreaming for in this American dream is about to be destroyed. All right, by fire. All right, go ahead. You got more on it? Oh yeah.
It says, "Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance."
Right. So this is that time of the Lord's vengeance. How do we know? The Lord said, when you see part of the signs pass, you know that it's at the doors. When you see, what was that? The fruit. What fruit was that? The figs. Yeah, the figs grow on the tree. You know that summer is now. He said, when you measure the time diligently in itself. All right, you know it's even at the doors, man. So we know that this is the time of the Lord's judgment, and in that time, you better we're supposed to get ourselves right. The scriptures say in Revelation 21, the bride have made herself ready. All right, and the wise virgins trim their lamps so they can see clearly in the night and going out to meet the Lord at his coming, not just sitting back waiting. Well, he'll be here in a minute. No, we gotta go out to meet him. We go out to the streets and work. All right, and get prepared.
That's a lazy woman's mindset to be like, oh, I can just have a man come to me.
Mm-hmm.
The woman has to work so that way
right.
her potential suitor can find her as well.
Right, the servant got to go meet the Lord. All right. All right, the Negro, Latino, Native American, Israelites of the Bible. All right, time to repent. All right, that was it.
You said verse 14. Right?
Yeah, you got interjection. Oh no, interjection is okay. Good.
Verse 7 of Jeremiah 51. Babylon hath been the golden cup in the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Right, so the Lord used America to be able to judge Russia, to be able to judge China. All right, to be able to judge the European Union, Iran, all these nations. The Lord used America because they all bit off that damn apple. You know, they all bit the fruit like Bill Gates. Wait, don't he own Apple?
They own Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Killed that, Apple guy.
Yeah, they got him out of here. That was his last bite. They got him out of here. But, yeah, man. Wait, all right, go ahead. Wait.
Oh, God.
I forgot the point.
Verse 8, Jeremiah 51. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hell for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed.
Right, so these nations wanted to heal Babylon before. You know? They wanted to heal Babylon before, but they couldn't. That was my snot rag. They wanted, I ain't gonna mess with it. They wanted to heal Babylon, but they couldn't, man. Y'all remember all the bailouts they were doing? You know, and what is that called?
Quantitative.
Damn, how you know I got that?
I didn't, man.
The QE4, my man. Yep, the QE4. All right, they've been trying to heal this place, but they can't. All right. Jake bugged out, man. They want to clean the earth, man. Heal the world like Michael Jackson. All right, go ahead, bro.
Jeremiah 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Right, this place cannot be healed. This place will not be healed. They cannot do nothing for it. All right. All the atrocities that America has done in the world, they cannot get out of the way of the judgment that's coming from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh upon this wicked behind place. All right, go ahead.
It says, forsake her.
Hey, hello to you too, man.
Hi.
What's up, brother?
And let us go everyone into his own country.
Yep. All these nations, they want to leave this place. They used to come over here. What they call them, visas, right? They call them visas.
Green card.
They call them, green cards. Everybody wanted to come to America, but now this is a cesspool of wickedness. This is a cesspool of wickedness. Look at the LG letter movement. Look what they're doing.
You mean LGBTQ?
I didn't say it, yeah, but yeah, all
of the colors of my t-shirt.
Oh, that right there, I guess so, yeah. But yeah, that's about to be destroyed. Sodom left as an example. That's part of the cesspool of wickedness that I'm talking about. See, this place is against the Lord's word. But what do they hold up in the churches? What do they hold up in the churches? The Bible. What do they hold up in the courthouses? The Bible. Right? What are they trying to change? The Bible. Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve. Did you see that?
Interject for just a second.
No, you can't. But go ahead. Read scripture, brother.
Yo. You can't do that. You can't touch material.
There's a word that I like in this book.
No.
You can't touch things, man.
I can't touch yours.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
I was going to.
But you asked me, man.
You wouldn't let me speak.
I could let you speak. You can do what you want. You know that.
Well, I've already said what I need to say. No, you don't.
Oh, wait. What was your point?
I wanted to ask you if I could look at the book.
For what,
The answer
man?
is no. I should look for a word that I like. I already told you.
What word you like?
Cavil. It's in the opening paragraph.
What does it mean?
It's, I think, the prefix to cavalier, or one who is willing to rebel against authority. In the
Okay.
sense of how John Tinsdale
rebelled against the Catholic Church.
Okay.
In his literal interpretation of Lutheran.
Lutheran, yeah.
Yeah, Martin Luther.
Yeah.
95 Theses.
Yeah.
So I was just following it, bro. But you.
No, I get you, but
anyway,
that's a whole other topic. Yeah. I was just messing with you because I know what you're going to say is to denounce the scriptures, right?
Not necessarily.
All right. So you believe that Yahweh is the name of the Father, the Son named Yahweh Shai, he's about to return?
In the context of monotheism, yes.
All right. Do you believe? No, yeah, I know. But do you believe that the MOTB is about to be pushed on everybody?
The what?
The mark of the beast.
What would you define? What is the mark of the beast? What do you characterize?
Right here. This is the mark of the beast.
What is this scribble?
And that's in the Bible, right here. That's all you need to see right there.
In Revelation.
Do you believe that they're pushing that on people?
If people start pointing to Revelation upon first meeting, I understand exactly what they want to happen. This is a death cult. I don't have time for it.
Oh, thank you, man. I knew you would go through that. Please. We do not feel like dealing with Nickelodeon up here today. All right.
Hey, man. Hey, I got a question. Keith looked better last time he came up here. Lord,
Yeah, he been chewing on rocks since the last time we seen him.
he did say the word cavalier, right? Did he not come up here very cavalier, disrespectful, hard-headed?
Yeah, he was trying to say Wayman Tisdale, whatever.
Like,
it don't matter what he thinks.
But it's like just the definition of the meaning of the word.
I was gonna get to those teeth.
He was around here talking about Wayman Tisdale, but all he wanted was Holly Berry. That was the whole 90s Hey, you gotta make sound effects.
All right, man. That's what happens when you eat ass and shit. I'm sorry, man. Goddamn teeth right out.
All right, this is the book of Jude, chapter 1, and verse 7.
Right. You can't come over here and talk to us, man. We real men up here. These people be out of pocket. They should be respectful of that first. Come up here with all pink on. My daughter don't even like pink. Touching my Bible, touching my property. See, that's the devil. Yep, that's him. He gets sued like that.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, and verse 7.
I would sue the whole LG something community. Because of his ass.
Gold at the end.
Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example.
There you go.
Suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Right. He didn't have Sodom and Gomorrah happen afterwards. He had it happen before, so it could be an example of what not to do and how not to run a government. But Esau don't care. They're cavaliers, like this guy said, right? Rebellious. They want to be a BLM, a Baal, Lucifer, Molech movement. That's what it is. Ain't no Black Lives Matter. I remember him from before. He just looked a little different in the teeth. Yeah, destroying him from the teeth first, right? Consuming it.
Last time he came, the first thing he was bragging about how he was having sex with another man's wife. That's what he was bragging about last time we had a discussion with him. So we're gonna start taking his teeth.
Oh, you see me before?
Yeah, man.
One day he came up here, spent the whole time with us.
Yeah, yuck mouth. All right, let's get it. Somebody got something else?
I got one.
Go ahead, bro. And then finish that again.
The 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, condemned them with the overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. So just like the elder saying, man, a true man, all right, will be a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, a man that's going to be vexed and vetted of what's going on in this world today.
When things aren't in order.
not kicking up against the pricks.
Yeah, man.
Trying to show up other men.
That's right.
Not being cavalier's.
Yeah, we can run that word in the ground.
Precept.
Okay, let's keep rocking.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10. And I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, when the ungodly perish, delivered the righteous man who fled from the fire which fell down from the 5 cities. All right. Referring to Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. It says, verse 7, of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony.
Whoa, now is it still burning?
Gun.
Is it still like burning forever and ever? No, it's still burnt. It's soot. That's how America's gonna be. It don't mean that the smoke is gonna go up for eternity. It just means for a long period of time.
And I believe the brother mentioned last week we had a conversation on how it's so much soot in what's over there that if you was to light a match or a flame, it might light back up.
It'll still light back up.
They find like little balls of sulfur that are still flammable to this day.
Right, but you don't see a plume of smoke coming from it forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it means. America gonna be a radiated pit. Nothing but radiation. Damn.
To where it's not gonna want to be inhabited again. Because you think of that in that instance, Esau he want to be everywhere. He want to even live up in the Mars and in the sky. So it'll be a civilization over there where Sodom and Gomorrah at today if it was possible, but it probably ain't possible. It's too polluted.
It's a movie on that. I forgot what the movie was called, but basically it was a gate, and if people couldn't live outside the gate, they called it the forbidden zone because missiles had hit that place, and it's like the waters, everything was, you know what I'm saying, wormwood and bitter. You see what I'm saying? So you couldn't even go over there, and it was red. Like the whole sky was red over there because there was so much radiation. You had the people living in the ruins. You know what I'm saying? But we know through the scriptures that this place will never be inhabited again.
That's right, brother. All right, this place is done. All right, go ahead, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 7. It says, of whose wickedness, even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony, and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness. And the standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. All right, hey, as he came up, you know what I'm saying, I want to speak on the Leviticus behalf. Oh yeah, are you talking about this? The colors on my shirt? Hey, it's unnecessary, man. Why? Because as the elder said, man, hey, that was an example set by the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai himself, all right, of how to not run a government. But yet, you do the exact opposite, man. So therefore, anything going contrary, according to the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's establishment, according to his foundation, all right, is going to be destroyed, man. All right, hence, the city which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt to this day, man, which is Babylon, also known as America, all right?
Right, man. Yeah, they try to get us to believe they're a delusion. Tell me I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I am a ma'am, sir. Call me a ma'am.
I'll go outside and show you, man.
Shit might be going in here, sir.
It's like they want you to be mentally ill with them. Like, no, I'm not gonna pretend like something wrong with me because you want to pretend like you something else.
You're right. You sound like Hulk
You're
Hogan.
not gonna force me to be mentally ill with you.
That's because misery loves company. They're miserable in their wickedness. They do it to try to fill a void, but ultimately they can never fill that void. The only thing that can truly bring peace to a person is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Understanding that He exists, understanding that His Son Yahweh Shai delivers, understanding that Israel are His people, and understanding that everything is already written. We just have to act it out.
Right. That's how you know America is truly wicked. They give rights to little boys to change themselves. Into girls. Cut their thing off, you know what I mean? What kind of rights is that?
And they passed the law that HIPAA law, when a child turns the age of 12, they no longer, like when they go to the doctor, they no longer have to inform their parents of what they want to do or how's everything going with their health through HIPAA law.
Big brother, like we'll take care of it for you.
Yeah.
That's America for you, man. This is America, right? Let's finish with that precept.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, you need to pass it off if you can.
Verse 9. Jeremiah 51:9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth into heaven, and just lifted up even to the skies.
Right. You can see nations doing that now. Look at Venezuela. They changed their currency over to digital. So all these nations are preparing for the fall of America. They're preparing. They're trying to secure themselves, just like the elite bankers are securing themselves. All right, before America falls. That's what they're trying. They're trying to cushion themselves from America's destruction.
And a couple of years ago, we were doing, us and the brothers around, we were doing lessons on Venezuela and the collapse and how they were ushering in their blockchain.
Yep.
And they had people eating out of trash. They went through their famine. They went through that.
Yep.
That's ultimately what's coming to America.
That's what's coming here. So they all trying to separate from this place and get rid of the dollar. All right. So they all trying to deal with their own currency. That's what they're talking about. All right. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah 51:10. The Lord Yahweh has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh our God. It said, verse 11, make bright the arrows, gather the shield.
Right, so when we see these missiles, once these missiles start getting shot and aimed at this place, America, these people ain't gonna have no damn clue what's going on. All right, this is the only place in the world where they listen with their mouth. All right, go ahead.
It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shield. The Lord Yahweh has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon.
Right, so when you see Putin and them raising up against America, especially on February 25th, the anniversary of the launch of the war in Ukraine, they said they're talking about bringing over 500,000 troops into the war on February 25th. That's going to make the whole world look at that war. They're going to get everybody's attention with this. All right? So the Lord is raising up Russia and empowering Russia, making him enough and strong enough to deter America. So Yahweh shall raising him up and created Putin for these times. And the Kremlin. All right, go ahead.
It says, the Lord Yahweh has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes.
Right, let's get that real quick. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen.
Bringing forth all the army, horses and horsemen, all kind of tanks and weaponry. And they're going to be fully equipped and know how to use it. And put hooks in their jaw, meaning the Lord going to take control of the king's mind. He controls the hearts of the kings. Go ahead.
All of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even as a great company with bucklers and shields.
Great.
All of
my bad.
all of them handling swords.
So handling the sword, all of them. So all the soldiers from Russia are going to be fully trained, fully prepared, and able to handle those swords, man. All right, and be like super soldiers over there. And I think we're about to see the uptick coming February 25th when they send over 500,000 troops, man. And they start talking about nuclear war. All right, go ahead. Oh, that was it. All right, go ahead.
This is back at Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it.
Right, so they're making bright the arrows, meaning perfecting their missiles, and they're making perfect the missile defense shields. All right, to go against America. All right, go ahead.
It says,
and his device, Russia's device is to get rid of America.
It says, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple.
Right, because the Lord going to put the thought into his heart. That's in Ezekiel 37, I think it is. There you go. Verse 10. Yeah, there you go.
This is the book of Ezekiel 38 and verse 10.
Right, because right now they're going at Ukraine, but now you're starting to see Russia send submarines and nuclear subs and nuclear ships out into the Atlantic Ocean, you know, on the shores of America. All right, sending a threat to America.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at that time shall things come into thy mind.
Right, so the Lord gonna put them into Putin's mind. The scriptures say the Lord, Lord control your steps. Who can know their own way? You know. Thank you. Yeah. Man's goings are of the Lord, man.
And thou shalt and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
Right, they're gonna come up against America.
I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls.
Right, and the Lord said, in that safety, they're gonna be destroyed. All right, dwelling safely with no damn defense. They're too comfortable in this place. All right, and the Lord said, the wicked men of our nation have crouched down like a lion. They're comfortable here. All right? And they only feel safe because America was the hammer of the earth. They were going around the world destroying stuff. So people feel safe because of that. America's army. They'll protect us.
And having neither bars nor gates.
That's it. Right. So America don't even have no strong missile defense shields, man. But they talking about stoking a war against nuclear powerhouses, man.
They have a missile defense machine, but they don't have a shield.
Yeah, they don't have a shield. They can't handle what they got now. The Avangard and all that. And the Moab.
Hey, yeah.
And that machine you talk about, that shit was tested during the Trump administration.
Oh yeah.
And it was like 30%.
Man, that can't stop an earthquake weapon.
No.
Stop the EMP.
Where? The EMP is called a Poseidon. That's the one that's striking the water. It's called a tsunami and an earthquake.
A radioactive springtime.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Ezekiel 21, and I'll start at verse 14. It is ultimately towards 2/3 of our people who don't hearken and don't listen, but it's going into the missiles, how the Lord is furbishing those missiles and preparing them. And it's Ezekiel 21 and 14. Thou therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite thy hands together, and let the sword be doubled the third time. The sword of the slain, it is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entereth into the privy chambers. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, that their heart may faint, and their ruins be multiplied. It is made bright, it is wrapped up for the slaughter. Go thee one way or other, either on the right hand or on the left, whithersoever thy face is set. I will also smite my hands together, and I will cause my fury to rest. I, the Lord, have said it. So the Lord is going to cause his fury to rest.
That's right.
You know, ultimately, the prophecies ultimately being fulfilled. Him setting up this sacrificial altar, being America to be destroyed. Thermonuclear fire. Ultimately, the men that he set up to split the atom and to create these weapons of his righteous indignation. All right, so ultimately, that sword, those missiles is being furbished, man, just like the brothers is speaking on. So our people have a decision to either choose the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father, which is where our big brother lies, Yahweh Shai, or to the left, man, of judgment, which the Lord is getting ready to bring.
Yeah, that's why it says it's going to appease the wrath of him that made it. We're going to be able to rest and chill. All right. So once America gets destroyed, that's going to be the beginning of Yahweh Shai's rest. All right, the kingdom. All right, go ahead. We'll get a couple more, man. We can wrap it up.
This is Jeremiah. Got two more. This is Jeremiah 51 and 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord Yahweh has both devised and done that.
What's an ambush? These Chinese drones, spy drones, that's an ambush.
And they surrounded this place about too. They don't got nowhere to go being back into a corner.
Right.
It says, for the Lord Yahweh hath devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Oh, thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars.
Right, that's called an invasion. Right? So they might even invade this place a little bit, certain places. And they might try to take parts of LA, try to take parts of Texas, or even Florida before they drop the nukes on this place. Just like they're doing in Ukraine. So it might be war on the grounds right here in America too. You see they got the Chinese station out there in New York. Yep, and it just got raided the other day. They got a police station. They got China. They got their own police station on the soils of America. And they got Iran buying up places in South America. Getting more power in South America.
Hey, that's what it was. And I was just thinking, had a little brain fart. That's Iran was basically setting something up, part of going back into America being surrounded. They was basically setting up over in South America somewhere.
Yeah, with the immigrants and all that.
Con.
So the Lord said He's gonna fill this place with men and with missiles. He got a prescription for you. He's gonna fill it.
Verse 13. It says, oh, thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come.
Right, and that goes into Revelations, where it talks about the whore that sitteth upon many waters. Same one. So that lets you know where the lake of fire and the destruction is going to happen at. There's not going to be some hell on earth or hell under the earth. No, it's talking about a place that the Lord is going to release His anger on, and it's a place called America, Babylon. All right, with leaders that are wicked, and the Lord going to destroy them as well.
And the measure of thy covetousness. This is the Lord Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee.
Right, man. There you go. So all these nations are going to lift up a shout against America round about. All right, that can be the sound of war, the sound of battle in the land. You know. But you got preach. Oh, okay. You got one? Oh no. All right. Where we at?
That was the last one.
All right. We can give a couple more. Let's get Jeremiah 50 and start from verse 6, go to 16.
It's Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. The shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains.
There you go. See, our shepherds, the shepherds, leaders of our nation, have called them to err. They have caused them to go away and turn away upon the mountains, meaning all these different governments and countries. You got all these fake leaders in these countries and places. And in those places where we were scattered, they caused our people to become further more Gentiles. All right? Caused them to become more pagans, more Buddhists, more Muslims, Christians, atheists, voodoo. You know, whatever they're into, these leaders are all over the world. And they cause our people to stay asleep, to stay in the congregation of the dead. All right, Yahweh Shah is about to return. Repent.
They have gone from mountain to hill.
Right,
they have forgotten their resting place.
Right, they have gone from government to government. You know, snuffing up the wind at their pleasure, meaning everything they want to do, we say, do as thou wilt. It was a demon screaming. All right, so they have turned them away, man. Now people have ran from government to government trying to find a resting place, and we can't find it. Our place is in Jerusalem. Our place is with Yahushua. All right? He said,
Verse 7.
Yep. He said, among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Oh, bad. Go ahead, bro.
All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers.
Nope. But the Lord said, yo, woe to the person that touched the apple of his eye. So what? We sinned, we went against the Lord. That doesn't take away from Nebuchadnezzar's judgment. That didn't take away from Cyrus the Great's judgment, or the Persians. Is not going to take away from Esau's judgment.
Yeah, that goes with Romans. That goes with Romans too, about how that tree, all right, being the branches being broken off, all right, and being once grafted back in. Israel, all right, was once a part of that olive tree, once getting cut off, being disenchanted, being going away from the laws, statutes, commandments of the Lord. But Esau, they have this notion that all nations can make it, that everybody can come in. It says their fathers.
Yep. They think the Lord did away with us. That goes into people like Vocab Malone. Think he can find a place of repentance now. Yeah, the Lord ain't dealing with them no more.
It wasn't. The branches were broken off, not for the heathen, all right, and the Gentiles, as far as the other nations can come in, but for the Gentiles, as far as the Israelite foreigners, those Israelites that were scattered abroad amongst the other nations, to be grafted back in.
Right. And what did the Queen Isabella and King, wasn't it Ferdinand? What did they say? Or Columbus? Those Israelites over there, they got gold and they scattered. Who is that? The Israelites. They're over there in that land. They used the Apocrypha to find us. All right. So they say, yeah, the God ain't dealing with them, just like the Romans did with Josephus. You can read about that. All right. So 70 AD. So they think the Lord has forgotten us or forsaken us, but the Lord didn't forsake Israel. He kept a remnant for himself. All right.
It's back in Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks.
Right. Become leaders, man. Stand up and become leaders of these flocks and feed the sheep.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
There you go. That's why you got China coming through Canada, setting up spy drones. They're setting themselves against this place. It's like chess. All right, let's get it.
From thence she shall be taken.
There you go. So once these nations establish their front or their siege against America, once they set that up and they set their spy drones up, their ships out in the Atlantic, that's once they fully got that established, that's when the Lord gonna put it in their minds to destroy this place.
Blitz.
That's right, blitz, full on blitz. But they gotta get set up first.
The arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Right, it's gonna be like through what? AI technology. They're just gonna be precise. Algorithms, trajectories. So it's gonna be precise when they get shot off, man. But they gotta get established first, set up their siege, and they're gonna do a full-on blitz on this place. And that's when they're gonna start launching missiles. So we're in the stage of seeing the wars and rumors of wars and them being established around the borders of America.
And Chaldea shall be a spoil, and all spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord.
Right, man. They're gonna be satisfied. All that come against this place, they're not gonna be upset. When they shoot a missile, it's gonna land. If they send their troops, most of their troops ain't gonna perish. There's gonna be a lot of American troops perishing. You know, they're gonna be winning the war. Basically, they're gonna be satisfied.
Hey, that's what Daniel 4:17. The Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men, and He giveth to whoever so He will.
Right.
So that's the Lord taking. He's not with Babylon anymore.
Nope.
He's even though He's against Russia. All right. He's set up Russia to be a guard for these other nations. So He's with them to an extent.
Yep. And Lord said He's gonna judge them too. Right, he's using them. That's it. He's using them as puppets. All right, that was it on that? Right. Where we gotta go to?
Verse 10.
That was verse 10? Let's go all the way to 16.
It's verse 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye daughters of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Right, so America got super rich. All right, bro, so on. You got the line going on there. Well, America got super rich. But people like England and these European countries in the West, they have no more need for America's dollar. They want to get rid of that so they can move toward a digital currency. All right? So they done with this place.
This verse 11 again, because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye daughters of my heritage, O Salakia, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded.
Yeah, because America get too big for your britches. You know, getting out of pocket, out of line. So now they're like, no, let's strip America of all its riches, and ultimately they're gonna burn America with fire.
As the scriptures say, so is the mother, so is the daughter.
Yep.
And we went through that when we kind of brought that out at the beginning of the lesson of like the start up and the revamp of the Roman Empire, how the Lord let it prolong from the ancient Roman Empire, Revelation 17, and then the downfall of it in Revelation 18.
Right. Yep. America trying to keep that power. They're like, no, man, we gotta move on. They want to get rid of the dollar. They want to move towards digital. They want to set up China as the new whore.
And America come out of that the mother that we're speaking on now. And,
Babylon. Yeah, Babylon. That's right.
Babylon.
Spiritual Babylon.
Verse 12, your mother shall be sore confounded, she shall bear you should be ashamed. Behold.
Right. The mother here, we're talking about England.
Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Right. Going back to what the America being a gauging stock, what we brought out earlier, you know, America being that gauging stock. They don't want no parts of this place, even though they had dealings and they was in partnership with it. They ain't gonna want to be in partnership with it when the Lord bring the judgment upon this place.
That's right. That's what Revelation 18 as well. That's gonna be the end of it. All right, that was it on that.
Verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shoot against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land.
There you go, man. So that's very clear what's about to happen. And we're in the time of the transition to where we're seeing these nations begin to mount up and build a siege against this place, man. All right, and the next stage is ultimately they're gonna shoot them missiles off. All right, and they're setting up a cyber attack. They're setting up an EMP. They're setting up missiles. They're setting up a dollar crash. So it's a big siege that's being made against this place. It's all by the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And we get to see it. All right, he said we're gonna get to see the Lord turn back our captivity before our eyes. All right, you got free time? All right, you can speak on and break it down. We can probably close it out after that.
This is our second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are short, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, hey, so let you know, hey, man, it's not actually talking about the actual bow and the arrow, man. It's talking about those missiles, all right? It's symbolic for the missiles, the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, all right? Hits for being shot from one end of the world to the other, man. From one continent to another, all right? So with that being said, hey, this should not miss. Why? Because for one, the AI technology, well, for two, the AI technology, for one, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is going to be within those missiles, man. All right, so with that being said, you need to turn back and repent. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? So we won't be a part of that destruction that's coming, man. Why? Because that's going to be a hell of a dodgeball game, 200 million missiles, all right? According to Revelation 9 and 16, where it's prophesied to hit this place.
All right, man, America about to be destroyed, brother. I
know.
That's right.
I'm awoke. Fully awoke.
That's blessed, man. Hey, the Most High's name is Yahweh, and his son named Yahweh Shai.
And El Shaddai.
El Shaddai. There's no E's in the Hebrew, though.
There's no L in the Hebrew?
E.
There's no L? El Shaddai?
Yeah, I'm talking about the E, though.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. We can drop that. That's man-made stuff.
Okay.
They did that.
Yeah.
But that's how they presented it back to us.
Yeah.
I'm there, bro.
Okay. Well, I'm just giving you the name so you can go further, you know. He said, a wise man hear for word and addeth unto it. So the father's name is Yahweh. We did the research. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai. He said, those that call on his name shall be saved. So we got to know his son's name to get to the Father. You see that? That's what Paul came to teach us. But the Lord looking for what? 144,000 men. Chosen. That's going to call on his name, though. Calling out Abba Father.
He's not coming for a church.
He's coming for the...
He's coming for the lost tribe. I've only ever came for the lost tribe of Israel. That's my only purpose of recoming.
Yeah, you talking about you?
No, not me.
Oh, I was. You gotta be careful out here, man. You gotta be careful out here.
No, you knew what I said when I said I.
I get you now.
Who is he? The great I who? He is I.
Yeah.
I am who?
But then, he said, I am, but.
Yeah, I only came for the lost tribe of Israel. I'm only returning for the lost tribe of Israel.
That's right.
I'm not coming back for the Potter's house. I'm not coming back for none of that stuff. None of that stuff means nothing to me.
None of that.
I'm not coming back to sit with them people.
None of that.
I'm only coming back looking for the lost tribe.
Yeah.
I'm up there, bro.
Yeah, none of this here. Look. Yeah, Joe Osteen, TD Jakes, TD Fakes.
None of that mean nothing.
Yeah.
That's Catholicism at best.
Come on with it, bro.
Yeah, Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Small popes.
Yeah.
Small pope, baby popes.
Yeah, 325 AD, man.
Yeah.
Council of Nicaea.
I'm there, man.
That's right.
The same one when the Council of Arian said, look, y'all going the wrong way with this.
Yeah.
Arianism told him right there on the spot.
Yeah, he tried to tell him.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
I did a lesson on that. He was a
You're
Jake.
going the wrong way with this right here.
Yep.
But they didn't want to hear that right there. They already had their propaganda to get together.
That's right.
We gonna mix all this stuff together. Iron and clay shall not stand in this day.
Yeah.
This is their iron and clay. I know where I'm at.
Yeah, and they lied on him too, man.
Yeah, the boy Arian. Yeah, and then took his whole thing from him.
Yeah. Yeah, his whole letter. He had some deep letters. So
hey, I see you brothers out here doing your thing.
Check it out on YouTube, man. You can get caught up what we're talking about. Even if you already know it, but just kind of build.
I know it. I still study.
Yeah.
I still go back and look and read.
Come on. But where you from? New York?
No.
Okay.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah, they wear a lot of no, they wear Carolina hats. Yeah, that's what's up.
Blue State.
Okay, cool, man. I got a lot of family in Carolina, man.
But I like what you brothers are doing.
Yeah, man.
Shalom to the brothers.
Shalom to you too, bro. Hey, Yahweh Shai, man. I want you to be saved. That's what I'm telling you. That's right, brother.
Well, Yahweh.
No, man, ain't no.
we gonna pronounce that. Yahweh Shai. When I see the way, I always say Yahweh.
Yeah, you gotta have that proper vibration, man. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All good, brother. Yeah.
Shalom.
Yeah, shalom to you too. That's right. Peace, man. All right. Anybody got more precepts?
I got one.
We got like how much percent? Like 8%? 8. It's like 8%.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of the hosts, Yahweh is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. And as we can see, the sun, the dew, and the moon, and the stars are still giving their light and doing are in order that Yahweh B'Shem shall set them. So that means that the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Israel, are still his chosen people. We're still here waiting for salvation.
Right, man. And the old bottles, they got to empty that wine out to get the new wine. You know? This is it, man. You got to start fresh. Become a newborn babe, desiring the sincere milk of the word. If they ain't up here doing what you're doing, they don't get it. Period. You got the people say they woke. Hey, man. The scripture says you can't be lukewarm, though. You got to be cold or hot. You can't say his name, then change his name and mix it up. You got to do it right. Give out the proper vibration, man. You can't be all singing the way in the song and then you change your note. Trying to be Johnny Gill and shit, throwing all kind of runs out there. Supposed to be in unison. In harmony. All right, boys and men, go ahead, bro.
This is Revelations 14 and 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of Yahweh. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse bridles, but the space of 1,600 furlongs. Going back to Isaiah, I believe 50, when it said, "Who is that with dyed garments?" from Basra. You know, that's what the Lord is coming back for blood.
Right. That's right, man. Any more precepts? All right. What did the Lord say, man? The angel said he picked up a stone, a great millstone, and cast it into the sea. He said, "Thus with violence shall great Babylon be thrown down," man. And that was the example that the angel was showing. So that's how this place is gonna go out. All right, and that's what we're looking forward to. This is our patience and our faith. These people ain't looking for that. They're like, I know. Well, you know what you're doing about it. The Lord said you got to go out to meet him, man. You have to prepare yourself. You know, find your covering, get covered. All right, call on the Lord while he is near. All right, seek him while he may be found. All these things, man. But our people are pushing it off, saying the Lord is delaying his coming. Well, that's not true.
It's not gonna happen in this lifetime.
Right, man. Yeah, y'all brothers too worried, man. We ain't gotta do all this yet. It's for our children. Our children gonna get it. It's like, no.
And then if that's the case, if the children go only get it right, you should teach your children the right way then. Why? So when it's right for them, they won't fall victim to shit.
All right, I think we. No, you got a point.
And I was about to say, raise up a child in the way they should go, then they won't depart. Roughly paraphrasing.
Right.
So you establish them in the foundation of the truth, then you don't have to worry about them veering away from you.
You have to show them what to do. You have to show them what they have to do. And what they have to do is get out here and teach. Get out here and tell our people that so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and also people who don't have the same color as the rest of everybody else.
All right. All right, we're gonna end it there, man. This is like an open forum. I guess the focus would be the heaven and the earth shall flee away, and they're gonna try to hide, but there's nowhere to run. You know? Because the Lord gonna turn this place into a lava pit.
Good.
All right, continuing on with that lake of fire lesson, man. So with that, we're gonna end it. We hope you were edified to continue another day in this truth and to give praise to our Father in heaven for the works that He's about to do, man. And we're gonna witness it. All right. So with that, we want to say, Call, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Ma'amah. All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim, your children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth, man. Stay sharp, man. Stay watching and stay believing and stay prayed up. All right? And keep pushing. Keep pushing, man, until we push this stone over the mountain and move these mountains out of our way. All right? With that, we'll say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.